So guys, the 28 years later trailer is finally here. It's now released, it's online. So we're going to do a trailer reaction here. We'll do a small breakdown, then we'll head over to the internet and do a bit of a read on the information and details surrounding this movie as well. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. I'm so hyped, so anticipated. So many of you guys are excited for this movie, and I cannot wait to see what this trailer has in store for us. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
7, 6, 11, 5, 9, and 20
Oh God, was that Cillian Murphy? What? Okay, from Sony. Birmingham, there we go. Teletubbies, early 2000s.
Wait, sit here. Auntie, what's going on? Jimmy, sit still, keep quiet, and
Okay.
do not move from the spot.
Okay, it looks like the rage virus is coming. It began. Oh crap, here we go. Oh, blood splatter on the Teletubbies there. Yeah, man, they've definitely got the tone down. It looks like they've got the tone here. Days
7,
became weeks.
6, 11,
That's the island we saw in the teaser.
9 and 20 miles today, 4, 11,
Okay, the scarecrow as well from the
7,
teaser.
to the day before. Boot, boot,
Weeks
boot,
became years.
boot, moving
Roles
up
in
and
our
down
community.
again.
Counsellor.
No discharge in
We'll
the
pick that
war.
up in the breakdown in a minute.
Don't,
So we got some defenses.
look at what's in front of
Aaron
you.
Taylor Johnson.
Boot, 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 moving up and down
Okay,
again.
so it looks like they're in the countryside there.
Men go mad
There's the
for
zombies.
watching 'em.
The rage virus infected, whatever you want to call it.
War.
Okay, so it looks like they're scavenging. Oh God.
Your eyes drop,
Okay,
they will get the
bit of
top
Purge
you.
vibes there.
Boot,
Oh, they're being chased down.
boot, boot, moving up and down
Yeah,
again.
this looks fantastic.
No discharge in the war.
Okay, looks like we have some soldiers. They're in some sort of tunnel or something.
Pride, to think of something
What?
different. Oh,
Looks like some sort of religious faction with skulls. They're being chased through the countryside. Okay, we have a babe. That is Cillian Murphy, I'm sure. Wow, yeah, this is creepy.
7, 6, 11, 5, 4, 17, 13.
What is those numbers in the background? There we go. Yeah, so we had that creepy voice saying those numbers in the background. I'm sure one of you guys have probably deciphered it or knows what that means, but I have no idea. So let's go through. We'll do a small breakdown here. Obviously, we've got Ralph Fiennes there. Ralph Fiennes in this movie. He played Voldemort, obviously. Fantastic actor, so it's great to see him in there. We got all this kind of religious iconography where it looks like we have these kind of skulls and all this kind of stuff set up here. So there could be some sort of religious faction within the movie here or something like that. It's very, very strange. You can see them here. It looks like Jodie Comer's got this small baby. She's got this other kid with the arrows. We've got Ralph Fiennes there as well. And then this almost gives me kind of like Purge vibes. Is this kind of the religious sect that we were just seeing with those skulls and that weird kind of setup? It looks like a shaman, or almost like a witch doctor type of person, potentially. Let's keep going. That looks like Cillian Murphy. That has to be Cillian Murphy. It looks exactly like him. Or is it a misdirect? Is this a misdirect? I'm not sure, but it definitely looks like Cillian Murphy. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% on that. 28 days later trailer. This is from Sony. Okay. Let's keep going here. Okay, it appears.
Miles today.
Okay. Sorry about that. My trailer wasn't working for a second, but I've got it back working now. Okay. So, we get an overall shot of Birmingham here. So, that's great to see. We get the Teletubbies. As soon as you see Teletubbies, instant iconography for the early 2000s. Like, it literally takes you back to that time period. Especially like myself. I grew up with, like, Teletubbies and stuff when I was a kid. I was about the same age, you know, as the kids when it came out. So, definitely takes me back to the 2000s. Obviously, we have the rage virus infection starting. She's trying to rescue the kids. She's putting them into the living room. She goes back out into the hallway. And she gets infected. Then we have people running at the door. Here, obviously, the infected are coming. Blood splatter across the TV. CRT TV. Guys, there's probably a lot of you that don't remember these CRT TVs from the early 2000s. These big blocky TVs, they used to weigh about a ton, and they were really hard to move around. That was before we had like smart TVs and 4K TVs and all that. But blood splatter on the Teletubbies here. So hopefully the kids, that entails that the kids got eaten or attacked or whatever by the infected, which is pretty bad. So 10,000 days ago, we have the infected here running into this cathedral, smashing through the stained glass windows. We have this guy here, obviously being attacked by the infected. Days became weeks. Then we have another shot of this island. We saw that in the teaser that we looked at a few days ago. So we have this kind of society here on this island. Like I said in the teaser when I was doing the breakdown then, I mean, the most sensible thing to do in this kind of scenario, this apocalyptic scenario, would be to live on an island away from the mainland where you can easily protect yourself. You've got a small island where you can protect the border. You have one route in and out, so less likely the infected are going to be able to get across the water. If you've got one road in and out, you can easily defend it from like marauders and other people. So we can see them working the land here. So it looks like, you know, obviously they're harvesting. Looks like maybe they've been doing some target practice with the scarecrow. And we have some graves here from people that have obviously died throughout the movie. Weeks became years. Roles in our community. So it looks like we have like scavenging here on the left. We have farming in the middle. And then like fruit picking here on the right. So it looks like maybe when kids get to a certain age, they can choose which role in their community, or they get given a specific role for things they need to do, but everybody has to pitch in to the community, which would make sense. Okay, we've also got counselor, seamster, watchtower. So yeah, there seems to be all these different roles that people can partake. Whether they can switch between or whether they're stuck in those roles, we'll have to wait and see how the society kind of functions here. So obviously we got the watchtower here on one of the small islands. And we can see they've got these big kind of bolts, almost like arrows. We got the barbed wire here protecting the island. Then we get this shot of this old cottage, and it says, "Behold, he is coming with the clouds." And then it's got Jimmy. Jimmy, isn't that Cillian Murphy's character's name? Jimmy? No? I can't remember what his name is. I do apologize. Okay, let's keep going. So we get more shots of the village. It looks like they're going out on a scouting mission here. They're about to leave the confines of the area. This is the main long road that separates the island community from the mainland. The small road that goes in and out. Probably when the tide rises, it probably covers the road here, I would imagine. So we can see them going across the countryside here. They've got their bow and arrows. Obviously, it would make sense, again, in this kind of scenario, to use bow and arrows rather than guns because they're quiet. They're not going to attract attention of the other infected. We've seen that countless times in like The Walking Dead and other kind of zombie type of material. So using a bow and arrow is nothing new to the genre here. But it's still pretty cool. Aaron Taylor Johnson, seeing Craven there himself. Okay, from award-winning director Danny Boyle. Again, a great shot here of Aaron Taylor Johnson. We see the infected here on the horizon for the first time. Yeah, pretty damn creepy. Just seeing the silhouettes here of them standing on the horizon. Okay, and then they start running after Aaron Taylor Johnson. And they run into this kind of small village here. And they see what looks to be a zombie sort of hanging from the roof. Hanging upside down. This could potentially be Cillian Murphy, his character here. I'm not really sure. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, and from Academy Award nominated by Alex Garland. It's great to have him back. Again, this seems to be some sort of witch doctor or shaman. I'm not really sure, but that's the kind of vibes it gives me. Then we get loads of different shots. We get them. So yeah, as you can see here, this is on the outside of the island community. And you can see here, the water has risen. So this looks like this is where the road would be going into the main entrance of the island community. And as I said earlier, like the water has risen from the tide. And it looks like it's covered across the road. And it looks like they're approaching the entrance to the island settlement here. So that could possibly be... And we can see here the zombie infected guy running behind them. We get a shot of his chest. It doesn't really reveal his face, which is kind of a little bit more creepy, to be honest. Then we get some more shots of these kind of soldiers here. I'm not sure how these guys are going to factor in. Are they from that island settlement or are they from somewhere else? Again, we'll have to wait and see how they factor into the story. We get the back of one of the infected here crawling across the floor, which is creepy. Another kind of silhouetted image, again, of the infected here on the mountain. Then we get these kind of soldiers that are in this tunnel. I think it looks like a tunnel. They get attacked by the infected. 2025. Yeah, again, this religious iconography with all of these skulls kind of piled up here. Ralph Fiennes is there with Jodie Comer, and these kind of white painted logs around the outside. Very strange. I'm not sure what this is about, but I'm interested to learn a bit more about what's going on here exactly. Then we just get some sweeping shots. It looks like the community, they're celebrating or having a good time in the community here. Aaron Taylor-Johnson in the woods here. Pretty dark out. You don't want to be caught out in the dark. Jodie Comer here with her son, newborn son. That raises the stakes. Obviously, you need to protect the baby. Then we get this really strange shot that looks like Cillian Murphy. It definitely looks like Cillian Murphy. There's going to be a lot of discourse on social media over the next few weeks about, is this Cillian Murphy or is it a misdirect? Is this an actual zombie or is it a fake zombie for target practice? I'm not sure of the possibilities, but it definitely looks like Cillian Murphy. And I think they've done that on purpose to get people talking about it. So, Become... Again, a great shot of Aaron Taylor-Johnson using a bow and arrow. I think he's going to be great in this role. And it looks like, I'm not really sure what's going on here. Someone's upside down. And we've got this bright light going on behind. Then we got Jodie Comer here looking out across the moors. And then we kind of cut to 28 years later. And that's kind of where we are. June 20th, only in cinemas. Yeah. There it is, guys. The long-awaited trailer to 28 years later. We've been waiting a long time for this. And this looks great. It looks on point. The tone looks great. The action looks great. It looks creepy. That voice in the background talking about numbers. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm sure in the coming days on social media, some genius out there in the fan base will break it down and figure out what it means. I'm not really sure at the moment. But guys, what we're going to do now, we're going to quickly hop over to this article, have a bit of a read about this trailer, just in case we missed anything from the breakdown, and just read a little bit more information and see what else we can learn about this upcoming movie. So, landing over here on Polygon, let's have a quick read of this. The trailer opens with a flashback to the beginning of the Rage virus outbreak. With its fast-moving, aggressive infected, the 2002 vibes are immediately established by a shot of Teletubbies playing on a soon-to-be-bloody CRT television set with one of those wavy CD racks next to it. Yeah, I mean, having an establishing shot of the Teletubbies was a great idea. For those of you who grew up with the Teletubbies, immediately, as soon as you see it, it brings those early 2000 vibes. So that was a great way to kind of reminisce about that time period within the trailer. Then the trailer takes us forward 10,228 days to a virus-ravaged Britain, where a small group of survivors cling on. Here's the official synopsis. It's been almost 3 decades since the Rage virus escaped the biological weapons laboratory, and now, still in a ruthlessly enforced quarantine, some have found ways to exist amidst the infected. One such group of survivors lives on a small island connected to the mainland by a single heavily defended causeway. When one of the group leaves the island on a mission into the dark heart of the mainland, he discovers secrets, wonders, and horrors that have mutated not only the infected, but other survivors as well. We see Aaron Taylor-Johnson prowling through the fields with a bow and arrow, Jodie Comer clutching a child to her, Ralph Fiennes looking oddly like John Locke from Lost amid a creepy temple of human bones, and an extremely emaciated zombie rising to his feet. Unless I'm imagining it, bears a striking resemblance to Cillian Murphy. Exactly what I was saying, and it's exactly what a lot of people are saying on social media. The Oscar-winning Oppenheimer actor starred in 28 Days Later and an executive producer on this new film, and has hinted he might make an appearance in it. It would be a typically grim joke if it was. Yeah, I mean, Cillian Murphy's appearance, man, it just looks really funny as hell. The trailer is set incredibly effectively to a scratchy recording of an old-timey voice reciting a poem with Metronic rising hysteria. This Taylor Holmes' 1915 recording of Rudyard Kipling's Boots, a poem about the monotony of a British infantry marches during the Boer War in South Africa at the turn of the 20th century. Apparently, Holmes' eerie recording has been used in military training for its psychological effects, and I can well believe it. Obviously, 28 Years Later is directed by Boyle, written by Garland, and was shot entirely using an iPhone 15 Pro Max. This entire movie was shot on an iPhone. I know parts of this movie were shot on an iPhone because it was a meme that was going around online for a while, but the fact that this entire movie was shot on an iPhone is just insane. Like, it's crazy. Ensuring that it retains something of 28 Days Later, gritty, early digital look, intended to be the first of a planned new trilogy of films about a Rage virus outbreak, all written by Garland, produced by Garland and Boyle. Candyman and the Marvel's director Nia DaCosta has been linked to the second film, second of these films as Boyle's replacement. Nia DaCosta was the director behind the Marvels, so make of that what you will. Doesn't instill much confidence in me, but then again, the Marvels was trash. That wasn't her fault. She was given the content to sort of direct, so she probably did the best that she could. But yeah, guys, that is the trailer to 28 years later. It looks insane. Gritty, rage virus infected humans. We're back. It looks incredible. I cannot wait to see this film. Bring it on, guys. We have a new trilogy as well, which is even more excited. Not just one film. We have 3 of these movies coming. Give it to me. Take my money all day long. This is incredible. So, guys, you see this breakdown of this trailer. What do you think about it? Do you think it looks good? Do you think it looks bad? What stood out to you as being exciting? Can't wait to hear your feedback on this. I'm sure you guys are going to have a lot of thoughts because a lot of you guys are very, very excited based on the feedback of my videos on this content of this movie. You guys seem really excited about it. So I cannot wait to hear your feedback. As always, guys, make sure you hit that like and consider becoming a subscriber of the channel if you haven't already. It goes a long way to helping the channel and supporting my content, so I'd really, really appreciate that. As always, thank you so much for being here. I will see you in the next video.